Let's return to our top story, the US presidential election debate. We're joined by Ben Margulies, postdoctoral fellow at the Department of Politics and International Studies, University of Warwick in the UK. Many thanks for joining us, Ben. I believe we can hear you now. How do you think the debate went?
Yes,
who do you think came out on top?
Well, it was a pretty standard debate format, so that always favored Hillary Clinton because it's a policy-heavy format primarily, and it's one where it really benefits people who can talk at length in a coherent manner about substantial issues. So I think the media narrative has generally ruled that Hillary Clinton has won. There was a slight upswing in her favor on betting markets. So at least in this first debate, it looks like Hillary Clinton, for the majority of voters, is deemed to have won the debate. She sounded more convincing. Yeah.
Trump interrupted Clinton, I believe, over 50 times. I mean, does that surprise you? I mean, he is, of course, known to be confrontational, and that is his style. But was it a surprise to you that he kind of stuck to that in this debate? I mean, many were thinking that perhaps this was his moment to show his sort of presidential side.
Not really. I mean, he's in a position where he has to, first off, I guess, tame natural instincts that were not really designed for the political world, but also he's stuck between having to appear polite and presidential and conventional and appeal to an electorate which enjoys the fact that he's unconventional and that he's rude to these competitor groups, women, minorities, etc., who are deemed to challenge his voters. So I'm not really surprised that he interrupted her. I think he was trying to demonstrate his bona fides and his natural dominance, his natural lack of respect for the elite to his core voters.
Now, the polls are very close at the moment, uncomfortably close for the Democrats. Do you think Clinton's good performance would have perhaps helped her to give her a little bit of a boost, do you think?
In the short term, yes. I remember 4 years ago when Romney was deemed to have done better in the first debate, that there was a short-term boost in his poll performance. The question is whether that's going to be lasting, and a lot of the research shows that really the debates don't tend to alter long-term trends in polling. It's not necessarily going to decide the election. I would hedge that by pointing out there's probably more undecided voters this year than in recent elections.
Well, this is what I was going to ask you. I mean, and you brought up the Romney-Obama debate where Romney did very well, Obama not so well, but it was Obama who, of course, won in the end. I mean, do debates really matter, specifically in this case where the candidates are so well known?
Again, in the long-term debates, tend more to confirm people in their choices or to educate voters about wider issues than they do to change their vote preference. Not that many voters change their preference about who to vote for this late in the game, or, you know, and again, large proportions of the electorate solidified around Trump and Clinton once they won the nomination. So not that many people are going to be swayed by the debates. It's really more important, I guess, in the narrative of the campaign later on. So, I mean, again, there are probably more undecided voters this year, but what happens in the debates probably won't decide the election come November 8th.
OK, Ben, good to get your thoughts. Ben Margulies there from the University of Warwick in the UK.